Hello, and welcome back to the 1991 Review Channel. At the end of the last episode, while all the other scholars had given up and returned to rest, Si Yunxiang unexpectedly stepped forward to challenge the Buddha child, even though her true abilities remained a mystery. In the midst of this incredibly tense battle, Qin Mu couldn't care less. He was busy plotting revenge on the Azure Bull for the humiliating beating it gave him. His motto was simple: if you can't beat it, poison it. He wanted to concoct a super potent anesthetic called the Seven Bewilderments Fragrance, a legendary elixir that Grandpa Apothecary once used to take down a flood dragon. Therefore, Qin Mu was supremely confident it would be more than enough to knock out a stubborn ox. However, there was a tricky problem. The Seven Bewilderments Fragrance emits an extremely potent aroma. If not refined carefully, the alchemist would be the first to pass out. To succeed, Qin Mu needed to borrow a specially sealed alchemy furnace from the Imperial Physician Hall. Just as he was pondering how, he ran into Imperial Physician Chu. The moment he saw the little divine doctor, Imperial Physician Chu was overjoyed, insistently inviting Qin Mu to give a lecture in his place. Qin Mu politely declined, saying he was busy refining medicine. Hearing the words refining medicine, Imperial Physician Chu's eyes lit up like lanterns, and he demanded to watch. The moment Qin Mu nodded, Imperial Physician Chu dashed off like a gust of wind, only to return moments later with the entire assembly of senior physicians from the hall, each one wearing a look of curiosity mixed with a hint of skepticism. Shortly after, at the Imperial Physician Hall, Qin Mu began his performance before the entire institute. He selected a perfectly sealed jade furnace and skillfully arranged the medicinal ingredients into bagua and 5 elements compartments. As soon as he started the fire, Qin Mu demonstrated a series of complex alchemy techniques. His hands moved like soaring dragons and dancing phoenixes, dazzling the old physicians. They were profoundly shocked when they recognized the dragon and tiger intertwining technique, a legendary skill that had been lost for 200 years. In stark contrast to everyone's astonishment, Qin Mu remained deadpan and casually remarked, "This is all pretty basic. I can teach you all when I have some free time," before proceeding to demonstrate a dozen other, even more complex lost techniques. Witnessing this, the old physicians could only swallow nervously, their hearts in turmoil, as they realized their entire lifetimes of medical research couldn't compare to this one young man. Once the refinement was complete, Qin Mu carefully instructed everyone to step back and hold their breath. He used the primal chi of the black tortoise to cool the pinkish medicinal mist before collecting it in a jade bottle, carefully sealing it with ice. His work done, he took his leave. However, no sooner had Qin Mu left, their professional pride and overwhelming curiosity got the better of the old physicians, leading them to a foolish attempt to replicate the formula they had just witnessed. They remembered the ingredients and the sequence, and by piecing together what each of them recalled of the techniques, they managed to get by. The only step no one saw clearly was the final collection of the medicine. But they ignored this, confidently assuming they could handle it, and proceeded to start the fire. And that's when the disaster began. The moment the furnace was open, a fragrant aroma spread like an invisible mist. Imperial Physician Du took a deep breath, let out a bizarre laugh, and promptly collapsed. The other physicians followed suit. The fragrance quickly escaped the Imperial Physician Hall. All the scholars, monks, anyone who rushed in to help, inhaled it and fell to ground, lying scattered everywhere. Seeing this, Taoist North Wind, thinking it was a poison gas, benevolently used his magic to blow it away. Little did he know, this act of kindness spread the fragrance across the entire mountain. The entire Imperial College was practically wiped out. From the students to the chancellors, everyone was knocked unconscious. Just as Grand Chancellor Bashan was despairing that the Imperial College was about to be annihilated, the young ancestor intervened. He used a magical gourd to suck up all the fragrance, saving the entire institution from utter catastrophe. As the two were discussing the cause of the incident, Qin Mu suddenly appeared from behind the mountain, carrying a giant, unconscious Azure Bull on his shoulders. Seeing the scene of everyone lying on the ground before the two highest authorities, Qin Mu froze, thinking, "I'm screwed." He quickly dropped the ox and tried to flee, but was immediately caught by the young ancestor. Under interrogation, the little rascal denied everything, insisting he had only made enough anesthetic for the ox, and that the rest of the college feigning had nothing to do with him. When asked why he knocked out the Azure Bull, he stammered and made up a story about trying to sneak a few vegetables. Hearing this, the furious Grand Chancellor Bashan retorted, "Picking vegetables requires you to carry off, my pet." Qin Mu was speechless. He was about to get a beating when the young ancestor revealed his identity as a disciple of the Jade-Faced Poison King, the very same divine doctor who had cured the Empress Dowager. This information forced Grand Chancellor Bashan to swallow his pride and let the matter go. Needless to say, the walking disaster that was Qin Mu had already become a massive headache for the young ancestor. He only had 2 months left before his retirement, and Qin Mu was like a ticking time bomb, causing chaos at every turn. Therefore, the ancestor ordered Grand Chancellor Bashan to supervise Qin Mu 24/7 to prevent any more trouble. Later, as everyone gradually woke up, news that the Buddha child had been defeated and had already left the college caused a huge commotion. This had all happened while the entire school was asleep. Pondering this, Si Yunxiang approached Qin Mu and asked if he was the one responsible. Qin Mu shook his head, but a light bulb went off in his mind when he noticed that Si Yunxiang showed no signs of having been affected by the seven bewilderments fragrance. Hu Linger also confirmed she hadn't seen the girl among the unconscious crowd. Qin Mu instantly deduced it. She was the one who defeated the Buddha child, and she was here to subtly show off. Connecting the dots, the young ancestor knew her true strength. Her surname was Si, and she had a boastful nature. Suddenly, it all clicked into place for Qin Mu. He realized that Si Yunxiang was none other than Granny Si in disguise. A mischievous smile spread across his face as he decided to play along and see what other tricks the old granny had up her sleeve. And that's where episode 48 of Tales of Herding Gods comes to a close. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.